The Hainok prophecies from the Billy Meier contacts. So many of the Plagiarin predictions given to Swiss contactee Billy Meier have come true, that we'd be wise to heed the warning that terrible things will befall humanity and our planet if we can't learn to live together. Extracted from Nexus Magazine, Volume 11, Number 5, August-September 2004, PO Box 30 Mapleton QLD 4560 Australia. Editor at nexusmagazine.com. Telephone, +61 0 75442 9280, fax, +61 0 75442 9381. From our webpage at www.nexusmagazine.com by Michael Horn. Copyright 2004. PO Box 5163 Playa del Rey, California 90296 USA. Email, michael@theyfly.com. Website, http://www.theyfly.com. Proof beyond reasonable doubt. Many people are still unaware of the amazing story of Billy Edward Albert Meier, the now 67-year-old Swiss man whose voluntary, face-to-face contacts with extraterrestrial humans have been going on for the past 62 years. For many years, Meier was dismissed by skeptics as a fraud and hoaxer. But the recent failure of the top professional skeptics organization CFI West, in Los Angeles, to duplicate even one of his easily duplicated UFO photos or film segments, followed by the sudden retraction by magician/debunker James Randi that the case is a hoax, has resulted in much deserved, renewed interest in the case. In addition to producing the clearest photos, films, and video of UFOs ever taken, as well as other physical evidence, for the past 48 years Meier has published the most specific, prophetically accurate, scientific, and world event-related information of any known source. Before you consider the prophetic information below, please note that from his 251st contact on February 3, 1995, Meier published advance warning of the U.S. attack on Iraq, the increase in Islamic terrorism to follow, the appearance of SARS, the spread of mad cow disease, the renewed public concern over chemical warfare, and the near accident at the nuclear power plant near Lyon, France, which occurred in August 2003. All of this information and more from the 251st contact was also published in Guido Moosbrugger's book, And Yet They Fly, in September 2001, well before any of the foretold events occurred. Combine this unprecedented evidence and all of the following with the still irreproducible, scientifically authenticated physical evidence, and you may understand why this remarkable one-armed man, who has been the target of 19 documented assassination attempts, stands at the center of the most important story in all of human history. In the following article I give the numbers and dates of specific contacts between Billy Meier and the Plagiarin, and then an overview of the information contained in each contact. The items titled Corroborated show the dates and sources of the earliest corroboration of Meier's information found by the researchers. It should be noted that Genesis 3 published much of the material in volumes 1 to 4 of Message from the Pleiades, with the earliest copyright being 1979, the date by which almost all of the information was in the possession of the investigative team. While I present only a brief overview of the information in the specific contacts, I hope that each contact will be published in its entirety in the near future. Except where attributed to Meier, the Plagiarin are the source of the information. Absence of erroneous prophetic information. If, as some people might think, Meier somehow guessed or fabricated all of this specific, prophetically accurate information, it would be logical to assume that there would have to be an even more enormous body of randomly generated erroneous information. Unfortunately for the skeptics, there simply is no such voluminous body of inaccurate work. And it's easy to prove this, since most of the information validated so far has been culled from a couple of thousand pages of the earliest English translations of the contact reports, published by Meier primarily between 1975 and 1979, with additional information excerpted from contacts in the 1980s and 1990s. Let me also add that there are still thousands of pages of untranslated German texts and some unofficial English translations that contain additional, already published, prophetic information awaiting scrutiny. What does it mean to us? Meyer and his extraterrestrial friends seem to be able to predict, i.e., accurately calculate, the results of causal actions known to them, originating from humanity and/or nature and the cosmos. And they have made it clear that certain prophesied, undesired, events can still be changed for the better if humanity recognizes its errors and makes sufficient effort in the correct, positive direction to alter those outcomes that can still be changed. In the 215th contact, known as the Haynock Prophecies, special emphasis was placed on America and the very times we are in. These prophecies are contained in the 2004 book, And Still They Fly. More recent comments by Meyer have also carried harsh and heavy warnings about the current American administration and leadership and the danger of its leading the world into a cataclysmic Third World War. Considering the credibility the Plagiarin have established with their track record of accuracy since at least 1975, it would be wise for us to give serious consideration to their warnings about the future. Of course, it is up to each interested person to do the research necessary to determine the accuracy and authenticity of the Meyer contacts for themselves. Should the most important event in human history, contact between an Earth human and extraterrestrial humans, actually have occurred, then we might realize that this is less about UFOs and extraterrestrials than it is about us and our future survival. Contact predictions corroborated. As you read and research the following, please consider the possibility that the extraterrestrials Meyer are attempting to offer us assistance in solving the very serious problems we face. 7th Contact, February 25, 1975, and 35th Contact, September 16, 1975, connection of A-bomb testing, explosions to ozone damage, high-frequency elementary radiation unknown to terrestrial scientists, damage to Earth's rotation, magnetic disturbances, polar displacement, contribution of bromine gases to ozone damage, penetration of UV through holes microorganisms and leading to disruptions in food chain, genetic mutations and other long-term negative effects for humans and the planet. Corroborated, November 29, 1988, with report published by Lawrence Livermore. National Laboratories announced this new discovery, atom bomb testing tied to ozone depletion. Corroborated, 1991, when National Public Radio confirmed the connection between bromine GA and ozone layer damage. Corroborated, February 24, 1992, Los Angeles Times, ozone hole damages food chain. 29th Contact, July 7, 1975, and 31st Contact, July 17, 1975, contact involved specific information about Venus, unknown at the time, including composition of atmospheric gases, surface temperatures, depth of clouds, wind speeds, atmospheric pressure, coloration, variation in terrain, etc. Corroborated, October 1975 and August 1976, confirmed by probes from the USSR and USA respectively. Corroborated, February 1981, USGS US Geological Survey was producing a topographical Ma Venus which, as discovered by the investigative team, further confirmed the details Meyer had published 5 years earlier. 31st Contact, July 17, 1975, SEMJACE informed Meyer that Mt. Chimborazo, Ecuador, is the highest mountain on Earth, above level, contrary to Meyer's belief that it was Mt. Everest. Corroborated, June 1996 in Earth magazine, 21 years later. 45th Contact, February 25, 1976, SEMJACE, Meyer's extraterrestrial female contactor, warned him that our extraction of petroleum natural gas from the Earth, the damming of waters and construction of huge cities are major FAC contributing to increased earthquake/volcanic activity. Corroborated, June 27, 1990, in the Good Life newspaper, now defunct, Los Angeles, Earth-Oil Interact. 115th Contact, October 19, 1978, Meyer described existence of Jupiter's rings, saying they are composed mainly of dust, particles, Sulfur ions flung off by volcanoes on Io, described Io as the most volcanically active body in Th system, and smooth, level surfaced with no water, described Europa as ice-encrusted. Jupiter's have 17 actual moons. Plagiarin don't consider that all of Jupiter's satellites meet their standard moons, described nature of Jupiter's huge funnel-shaped storm. Corroborated, March 5, 1979, NASA's Voyager 1 probe discovered the rings of Jupiter, that Io is most volcanically active body in the solar system and that Europa is covered in ice 5 months. Meyer published this information. Corroborated, September 15, 1998, Cornell University scientists confirmed particulate composite rings from Jupiter's moons, first theorized by astronomers on August 2, 1995. Meyer's information 20 years ahead of Cornell's. While scientists believe that the source of the particulate matter is explosions caused by meteorite strikes on the moon's surfaces, Meyer's information seems more accurate, i.e., matter being explosively propelled from volcanoes at speeds up to 2,300 km/h. Heights of 180 km is more likely the true source of most particulate forming rings. Additional information from the 115th contact was accidentally given to lead investigator Colonel Wendell Stevens, U.S. Air Force, RET, and shown by him to Major Rudolph Pestalozzi, U.S. Air Force, RET, and O. Richard Norton, former director of the Flandreau Planetarium, Tucson, Arizona. Witnessed by the three men, the information was secured until after the following specific, pre-die events occurred: Jonestown Massacre, November 18, 1978, overthrow of the Shah of Iran, January 1979, Chinese invasion of North Vietnam, Feb. Mar 1979, Iran hostage crisis, November 1979 to January 1981, Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, December 1979, terrorist attack on Iranian embassy, London, APR, May 1980, abdication of Queen Juliana of the Netherlands, April 1980, death of Tito of Yugoslavia, May 4, 1980. Mount St. Helens eruption, May 18, 1980, assassination of Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, October 31, 1984. 1978, in a Wassermann publication, Meyer foretold the launch of a telescope at end of the 1980s that would make unfathomable discoveries in space, and wrote that a comet would be discovered in the late 1980s to early 1990s, it would be named Tau ATIS, and may threaten Earth in September 2004. Corroborated, April 1990, Hubble telescope was launched. Corroborated, 1989, French astronomers discovered a comet asteroid, named it Tau ATIS, and predicted it would come closest to Earth on September 29, 2004. 1978, 1992, in his book, Existing Life in the Universe, Meyer stated that there are two small planetary bodies outside Pluto's orbit, he called them Trans-Pluto and Uni, and said scientists will discover them in not too distant future. Corroborated, July 3, 2001 and October 7, 2002, the BBC reported that scientists have discovered new planet beyond Pluto. 150th contact, October 10, 1981, Meyer discussed information concerning the 29 actual moons of Saturn, and the origins of moon asteroids. Corroborated, November 2000, scientists announced the discovery of 12 additional moons orbit Saturn, bringing the official total to 28, just one shy of what Meyer reported almost 20 years. A scientist corroborates the likelihood that moons originate from asteroids. 215th contact, February 28, 1987, known as the Enoch, or Enoch, prophecies. This contact contained a forewarning of the destruction of the World Trade Center, WTC, by terrorism, the series of worldwide wars that the US would subsequently launch, and military actions involving Russia, China, France, Germany, Spain, and Scandinavia, and many Third World and other countries. Corroborated, September 11, 2001, the WTC was destroyed. The United States has already attacked Afghanistan and Iraq as of the time of this writing. 235th contact, February 3, 1990, warned of earthquake in California and eruption of the Redoubt volcano in Alaska for February 1992. Corroborated, the upland quake occurred on that precise date, and the Redoubt volcanic activity began on February 21 and continued through February 28, with more activity following in March. 241st contact, February 3, 1992, this contact contains specific corroborated warnings about landslide in Brazil, March 1992, occurred March 18, 1992, nuclear accident in Russia during the third week of March, occurred March 27, 1992, Landers earthquake in Los Angeles for April 23 or 24, 1992. Occurred April 22, 1992, eruption of Mt. Etna, Italy, in April 1992, reported April 15, 1992, eruption of Cerro Negro, Nicaragua, in April 1992, occurred April 9 to 12, 1992, earthquakes in Germany, Holland, Belgium area for April 1992, occurred April 13, 1992, earthquakes in China, Burma, Myanmar, April 1992, occurred China, Burma border April 23, 249th contact, June 13, 1994, still speculative, in response to a question Meyer asked regarding mad cow disease, sta that BSE pathogens cannot be destroyed by simply cooking the meat and other items, or by producing meat meal, and that the temperatures necessary for killing the disease-causing prion would need to be as high as 700 degrees Celsius 1292 degrees Fahrenheit, and possibly even up to 1000 degrees Celsius 1832 degrees Fahrenheit, for pre-mutated pathogens that have existed for some time now. Our scientists have been raising their estimates as to the temperatures necessary to destroy the disease-causing prions and are now closely approaching the temperatures that the Plagiarin, TAT, stated. 251st contact, February 3, 1995, this contact contains startling information regarding technological developments such as hybrid warriors created by mixing human and pig DNA. People will have biochips attached to their nerve endings, and Meyer warned of ominous biochipping with links to deep space platform satellite supercomputer. Corroborated, human, pig DNA experiments have begun in the last several years, people are to get chipped. Still speculative, creation of half-human/half machine beings, clones and androids, discoveries conclusively confirm existence of previous human life on Mars, rectification of the aging and aggression genes, Plagiarin warnings of deep impact scenario, and need for a defense system in coming objects. Michael Horn, the Haynock Prophecies presented by Quetzal. 215th contact, Saturday, February 28, 1987, 2.09 am copyright Billy Meyer/FIGU 2002-2004 Quetzal. Before I give you a clear account of the prophecies of Haynock, I would like to point out that prophecies are always changeable and can be changed for the better if man makes positive changes in his thoughts, feelings, and actions, leading to that which is better and positively progressive. Prophecies always rest upon specific causes, these again result in certain effects, whereby these effects can be changed at any time if only the preceding causes are changed in their form. Therefore, it is possible that negative or evil prophecies do not have to be fulfilled if the preceding causes will be purposely changed in a manner that positivity and good develop instead of negativity and evil. However, this does not apply to predictions, as these rest upon events that cannot be changed, are inevitable and surely and definitely will occur in the future. Predictions rest upon a preview and thus on a direct viewing of the future, and have to do with neither prophecy nor with calculation of probability. So when I make a portion of Haynock's prophecies for the third millennium known to you, it does not mean that they have to be fulfilled, because the prerequisite of fulfillment in each case would be that the already existing causes continue to exist as also continue to be created in the future so that a fulfillment of the prophecies can come to pass. Thus, provided that human beings of Earth will become reasonable, the possibility exists that by a reasonable change in the way of thinking as well as a reasonable development in feeling and an equally reasonable way of acting, everything changes for the better and positive, whereby prophecies do not have to be fulfilled. However, if this transformation does not occur, a very evil, wicked, and negative time lies ahead for the Earth and its entire population in the coming new millennium. Billy Meier. Since the Second World War, the thoughts, feelings, and actions of the human being of Earth have changed much towards the positive and good, but all that achieved is not enough in my opinion, as the great transformation towards the better has not been achieved yet, neither by the mighty of this world nor all of mankind of Earth itself. In the years gone by, you have made many predictions and calculations of probability as well as mentioned prophetic facts concerning the economic, military, and political situation on Earth, whereby I was requested to spread this information, which I indeed have done. Governments and newspapers, radio stations as well as TV stations and many private persons worldwide were informed by me. But the entire effort did not achieve anything, because up to now mankind has carried on in the old manner and has paid no attention whatsoever to prophecies, predictions, and calculations of probability. And the same will most likely be the case in the future, when I receive permission from you in the coming time to spread the prophecies of Enoch for the third millennium. But, nevertheless, I feel that Enoch's message for the future must be made known and distributed, because somehow it may bear fruit yet. Quetzal, you apparently never give up hope. Your optimism is honorable and deserves to be heard by human beings, but the way things have developed throughout this century, there is not too much hope that human beings of Earth will come to their senses and heed your words. This will then be the case only when the prophecies prove to be true or, even worse, have already come to pass. Probably only then will the time come when the defamations against you will end in regard to your contacts with us, although they will long continue to be vehemently disputed by your enemies as well as by pathological know-it-alls and critics who dismiss them as swindle, lies, and fraud. The full truth about our contacts with you will be proven in the distant future, and then mankind will accept our help we offer through you, even when they erroneously assume we come from the seven-star system known to human beings of Earth as the Pleiades. The Plejaran claim to live in the Plejaries, an altered time-space configuration about 80 light-years beyond the Pleiades. M.H. Billy, Sem Jace and Tat already explained this to me. But tell us now what the new millennium will bring to human beings of Earth and the planet Earth according to the prophecies of Enoch. Quetzal, I will do that in a moment, but I would like to explain before beginning that I am not authorized to give exact indication of years in an official manner. If the human being of Earth continues to live in the same way as he has done up to now, forming his thoughts and feelings in the same manner, indulging in the same actions as he has hitherto, then the words of the prophecies of Enoch could not be any clearer. The point in time at which these prophecies will begin to be fulfilled will be when a pope will no longer reside in Rome. All of Europe will then fall victim to a terrible punishment by evil powers. The Christian religion will collapse and the churches and monasteries will end up in ruins and ashes. Monstrous forces will be created by science and will be released by the military forces and armies as well as by terrorists, causing great destruction. Millions and even billions of people will be killed by acts of terrorism, by wars and civil wars, and finally, in some parts of the world, every third human being, and, in other places, every fourth human being, will lose his or her life. The nations of the East will rise against the nations of the West against the East. Many deaths will be inflicted upon the people by fighter and bomber aircraft, and bombs and rockets will destroy and annihilate smaller and larger villages and cities. The people will be completely powerless against all this and will live through 888 days of hell on earth, suffering hunger and plagues which will claim even more lives than the war itself. The time will be severe as never before experienced on earth. Ultimately, nothing can be bought or sold any longer. All provisions will be rationed, and if a human being steals even a small piece of bread, he/she will have to pay for it with his/her life. Many waters will mix with human blood and turn red, as once in the past the Nile in Egypt turned red with blood. and it will be that the fanatics of Islam will rise up against the countries of Europe and all will shake and quiver. Everything in the West will be destroyed, England will be conquered and thrown down to the lowest level of misery. And the fanatics and warriors of Islam will retain their power for a long time. However, not only Europe will be affected but ultimately all the countries and peoples of the earth, as the great horror expands to a war that will encompass the entire world. After the turn of the millennium, the papacy will exist only a short period. Pope John Paul II is the third from last in this position. After him, only one additional pontificate will follow. Then a Pontifex Maximus follows who will be known as Petrus Romanus. Under his religious rule, the end of the Catholic Church will come, a total collapse becoming inevitable. That will be the beginning of the worst catastrophe that will ever have befallen the human beings and the earth. Many Catholic clerics, priests, bishops, cardinals, and many others will be killed and their blood will flow in streams. But also the Reformed version of Christianity will become just as infinitely small, as does Catholicism. Horrifying weapons and a possible world war due to the fault of scientists, enormous power will be seized by the power-hungry and their military, their warriors and terrorists, and power will be seized as well through laser weapons of many types, but also via atomic, chemical, and biological weapons. Also concerning genetic technology, enormous misuse will occur, because this will be unrestrainedly exploited for the purposes of war, not lastly due to the cloning of human beings for warring purposes, as this was practiced in ancient times with the descendants of Hanok in the regions of Sirius. However, this will not be all of the horrors, as besides the genetic technology and the chemical weapons, far worse and more dangerous and more deadly weapons of mass destruction will be produced and will be used. The irresponsible politicians will unscrupulously exercise their power, assisted by scientists and obedient military forces serving them, who together hold a deadly scepter and will create clone-like beings which will be bred in a total lack of conscience and will be scientifically manipulated to become killer machines. Division by division and devoid of any feelings, they will destroy, murder and annihilate everything. The USA will set out against the Eastern countries ahead of all other financial states and simultaneously she will have to defend herself against the Eastern intruders. In all, America will play the most decisive role, when in the guise to strive for peace and to fight against terrorism she invades many countries of the earth, bombs and destroys everything and brings thousand-fold deaths to the populations. The military politics of the USA will likewise know no limits, as neither will their economic and other political institutions which will be focused on building and operating a world police force, as it is the case already for a long time. But that will not be enough, and, in the guise of a so-called peaceful globalization, American politics will aspire to gain absolute control of the world concerning supremacy in economy. And this will point towards the possibility that a third world war could develop from it, if human beings as a whole will not finally reflect upon reason, become reasonable and undertake the necessary steps against the insane machinations of their governments and military powers as well as their secret services, and call a halt to the power of the irresponsible who have forsaken their responsibility in all areas. If this does not happen, many small and great nations will lose their independence and their cultural identity and will be beaten down, because the USA will gain predominance over them and with evil force bring them down under her rule. At first, many countries will howl with the wolves of the US, partially due to fear of American aggressions and sanctions, as will be the case with many irresponsible ones in Switzerland and Germany but also of other countries. In part, others will join in because they will be forced somehow to do so or will be misled by irresponsible promoters of American propaganda. Finally, many Asian, African and European states will rise up against the American hegemony, once they recognize that the United States of America is only taking advantage of them for purposes of war, conquest, and exploitation. In this way, many countries will become puppet states of America before reason and realization will emerge in the responsible ones of governments and in many of the population, resulting in a turning away from the USA. However, the Great War will hardly be avoidable because the human beings of Earth will probably not accept the directions towards the better, therewith towards true love, true freedom, and real peace, striving instead only towards wealth, pleasure, and riches, and for all manner of material values and unrestricted power. Thus, huge and deadly formations of tanks will roll across the countries while fighter planes and rockets sweep through the air and bring death, ruin, destruction and annihilation to countries and people. If the Third World War will actually happen as calculations and observations appear to indicate to be probable now and also during the approaching few decades, then, as now, the civilian population will above all have to bear the brunt of the enormous suffering in tremendous numbers in this entire catastrophe, and, last but not least, the fault of the irresponsible scientists who by cloning will create human machines for military purposes, devoid of conscience and feelings, and will create immensely deadly and all-annihilating computer-like weapons. At the same time, the danger could become reality that the human combat machines, the military clones, will gain their independence and under their own management will bring death, devastation, destruction, and annihilation to the human beings of Earth and to the planet. The entire planet will become an arena of unparalleled suffering, which will never have existed before on Earth up to that time. The cruel happenings will last about 888 days and cause civilization to collapse. Yet, the terrible scenario will continue, and epidemics and various diseases as well as enormous famine will be spread among the people, while the economy of the world will totally collapse and there will be no possibility to produce any goods. All foods and medications will be rationed. The insanity of war will extend not only across the land, but the disaster will equally be spread to the oceans, into the atmosphere, even into outer space. But there will also be settlements under the ocean that will be developed in the course of the future, and these will be attacked and destroyed, claiming the lives of many thousands of people. However, a certain maelstrom of destruction will also originate from the undersea facilities, because in the cities at the bottom of the ocean, groups of submarine pirates will be formed which will burst upwards from the depths of the ocean and will become involved in destructive actions of combat with naval units on the surface. And at this time, the possibility could become reality that extraterrestrial forces intervene against the Western industrialist countries, because these will be responsible for the extreme and enormous disaster of the coming evil times. These extraterrestrial forces will give up their anonymity and their state of secrecy and will assist those who are being terrorized by the irresponsibly acting Western countries, should this possibility become reality. In addition, apocalyptic natural catastrophes will occur which will cause all of Europe to shake and tremble, but Europe will continue to exist, even after having suffered enormous destruction. Destruction in North America. Far in the West, it will be different. The United States of America will be a country of total destruction. The cause for this will be manifold. With her global conflicts which are continuously instigated by her and which will continue far into the future, America is creating enormous hatred against her, worldwide, in many countries. As a result, America will experience enormous catastrophes which will reach proportions barely imaginable to people of Earth. The destruction of the WTC, i.e., the World Trade Center, by terrorists will only be the beginning. Yet all the apocalyptic events will not only be brought about due to the use of unbelievably deadly and destructive weapons such as chemical, laser, and others and by cloned murder machines, but in addition to this, the earth and nature, maltreated to the deepest depths by the irresponsible human beings of Earth, will rise up and cause destruction and bring death onto the earth. Enormous firestorms and gigantic hurricanes will sweep over the USA and bring devastation, destruction, and annihilation, as this from time immemorial never before will have happened. Not only will America, but also all other Western industrial countries which still live at the beginning of the new millennium in the delusion that they could dominate and rule over underdeveloped nations, i.e., third world countries, will not only soon lose influence over these but must defend themselves against them. According to the prophecies of Enoch, the truth about industrialist countries is that they only seem to appear to be true civilizations, but in fact they are not, because more and more, at the end of the 20th century and at the beginning of the third millennium, they will disregard all true love, true freedom, and true wisdom as well as true peace along with all values of humaneness and all values of men's and women's true being. But not even all the terrible happenings will hinder the USA in continuing to proceed with her actions against all countries. Even when the North American continent will be stricken by the most terrible catastrophe which has ever been recorded, evil military powers will wreak havoc with computerized and nuclear, biological, and chemical weapons, whereby it will also happen that computerized weapons become independent and cannot be controlled any longer by human beings. Overall, this is the most important part of Hanukkah's prophecies. Epidemics, conflicts, and disasters. Billy, there is still more to it, at least that is what you told me. Quetzal, you are untiring, so I will point out a few more important facts of the prophecies. As of now, new epidemics have spread among the people of Earth. However, as Hanok prophesied, quite a number of further epidemics will follow. Not only AIDS will occur worldwide in the 1990s, but also epidemics such as the so-called mad cow disease, i.e., BSE, out of which different strains of Creutzfeldt, Jakob syndrome will develop, lasting well into the new millennium. Also, an epidemic known as Ebola will cause many deaths, as well as other unknown epidemics and diseases which will sporadically arise in epidemic proportions and will be new to the human being, causing great concern. However, most of the evil will be brought about by politics. France and Spain become involved with each other in armed conflicts, and even before World War III will have broken out. Yet France will not only engage in armed conflicts with Spain, for within her great unrests will arise, leading to upheavals and civil war, as will be the case in Russia and Sweden. Especially in France and Sweden, machinations as well as dictatorial regulations of the European Union will cause much unrest and many uprisings, but also crimes committed by gangs and organized criminal elements in these countries will cause unavoidable civil wars. In addition, significant tensions will arise between the native citizens and immigrants from foreign countries, who as a rule also observe religious beliefs different from those of the native populace. And in the end, this will lead to severe conflicts. Hatred against strangers, foreigners, and people of different religious beliefs will be the order of the day, as well as the rise of neo-Nazism, terrorism and right extremism. Conditions similar to civil war will be in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland and claim many lives. The Soviet Union will be dissolved in this decade or at the latest by the beginning of the next. The man decisive for this action will be Mikhail Gorbachev. But this will not lead to rest, because the new Russia will continue its long-standing conflict with China over Inner Mongolia, with the result that Russia will lose a portion of this territory to China. And China becomes dangerous, especially to India, as also at this time China maintains uneasy relations with her. China will attack India, and if biological weapons are used, around 30 million human beings will be killed in the area of and around New Delhi alone. However, this will not be the end yet because the effect of biological bombs and missiles, etc., used cannot be controlled at that time, and terrible epidemics unknown up to that point in time will arise and will spread quickly to many areas. Also, Pakistan will allow herself to be misled to instigate a war against India, which will be especially dangerous in view of the fact that both countries are developing atomic weapons. Wars and devastation in Europe and North America. Yet Russia will not rest and will attack Scandinavia, and in doing so will embroil all of Europe. And months before that, a terrible tornado will have swept across northern Europe, causing great devastation and destruction. It must still be stated that the Russian attack will occur during the summer, in fact, starting from Arkhangelsk. Denmark will not be dragged into the war, due to the insignificance of this country. Yet Russia will not be satisfied with this action of war, as her will for expansion will be ravenous. And consequently Russia will launch a military attack against Iran and Turkey and will conquer these two countries in bloody fighting, causing enormous destruction. In the Russian expansionist mentality will also be included the drive to gain control of the Middle Eastern oil deposits as well as to gain control of the southeastern region of Europe. Therefore, She will also invade the Balkans and conquer these countries there in enormous battles, causing ruthless and devastating destruction with many deaths. This will be at the time that tremendous natural disasters will hit Italy and its people, causing severe hardship. But this will also be at the time when Vesuvius could become active again and could spread tremendous havoc. At the same time, a war will shake Italy and claim many human lives as well as cause great destruction. Destruction of war will descend on the northern countries as strong military forces will invade them from the east and will pillage and murder as well as use bombs and missiles, like hail coming down, and hitherto unknown weapons of laser and computer-controlled types which will destroy and annihilate everything, whereby the first target will be Hungary and after that will follow Austria and northern Italy. Switzerland will also be severely affected, but will not be the actual target. This will be France and Spain. However, the main objective of the aggressors will be to bring all of Europe under their military control, and for that purpose France will be selected to be the headquarters. France will not only be invaded by the aggressors from the outside, but will also be conquered from within as a result of collaborative forces and other forces. This can be envisioned as being the many foreigners of a different religion living in France at that time, and specifically Islam, which will be this force working from within. Once France has fallen, a war to conquer Spain and England will take place. Subsequently, an alliance with the forces of the aggressors will be formed, which will invade Scandinavia. For all these French-based military operations, the weapons of mass destruction stored in the arsenals of France will be used and cause evil devastation, destruction, and annihilation. The aggressors from the east will force the French army to join their military forces and lead a war of conquest against the northern countries of Europe, invading and conquering Sweden and Norway. Subsequently, these northern countries will be annexed by Russia. Military forces will also attack Finland, whereby many will be killed and an enormous destruction will be caused. At the same time, as a civil war rages in Germany, an enormously bloody revolution will break out in England which will claim more lives than will be claimed by the civil war in Germany. And because England and Ireland have been at war for a long time already, due to the IRA and the police and military forces of England, the result will be, because this feud will continue up to that time, that this revolution will spread out to all of Ireland, especially affecting Northern Ireland. Many lives will be lost during a civil war in Wales, where differences between various parties will arise before the Third World War. Welsh and English forces will clash especially near Cymru, and claim many lives and cause great destruction. But death, destruction, and annihilation will not only rage in Europe but also in America, where much suffering will have to be endured and many deaths as well as destruction and annihilation will be. America and Russia will have the most terrible weapons of mass destruction at their disposal, a fact which is already the case to a certain extent today, and will clash with violent force against each other at that time of conflict, whereby Canada will also be dragged into this conflict. The source of this conflict will substantiate the Russian attack on the American state of Alaska and against Canada. This conflict will result in mass killings of human beings as well as devastating destruction, annihilation, and epidemics, etc., which mankind of Earth will never have seen and experienced up to that time. Not only nuclear, biological, and chemical weapons will be used en masse, but also enormously deadly systems of computer-controlled weapons that are only in the beginning stages of development today, or will be invented and constructed during the third millennium. Worldwide natural catastrophes, as already mentioned, enormous natural catastrophes and rolling walls of fire and violent hurricanes will rage all across America, while, in addition, all the terrible effects of war will bring thousand-fold deaths, destruction, and annihilation. America's largest cities will be absolutely destroyed, and firestorms will cause great disaster and misery. Severe earthquakes and volcanic eruptions will also belong to that time, and these will cause much suffering and misery and deaths besides enormous destruction and devastation, as all of nature and the planet itself will rise up against the insanity of human beings on Earth. However, tornadoes, earthquakes and volcanic eruptions will not only rage in America, but also in Europe and in the rest of the world. These activities have already begun at the present time, also during the past decades, with the exception that they will become increasingly more devastating in the future. And man of Earth is guilty for the most part today, as also in the future it is man who will destroy the entire environment, all of nature, the atmosphere, water, and all the resources of the planet. And through this, a shifting of weight inside the Earth takes place, caused for example by the creation of gigantic lakes by damming and by creating hollow caverns due to the exploitation of petroleum and gas, etc. And thereby unnatural inner Earth movements are created, which also lead to unnatural tectonic effects and cause earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, which also in turn cause enormous climatic changes, resulting in horrendous tornadoes of devastating proportions which in the end will set their destructive energies free on the entire world. All of this will lead to increasingly horrible floods and unusually massive snowfalls which will advance to the southern countries and finally even to the equatorial regions, because through the insanity of human beings the Earth has begun unnoticeably to spin strangely as a consequence of atomic explosions inside and on the surface of the Earth. And this will be the reason that the planet will slowly but surely enter an extraordinary spinning orbit around the Sun, while the first phase is already occurring, which causes a change in climate, leading to a new ice age. Civil wars and anarchy in America, yet the misery on Earth will continue, as two terrible civil wars will break out in America, whereby one will follow the other. Afterwards, the United States of America will break apart and deadly hostility will prevail among her, which then leads to the division into 5 different territories, and it cannot be prevented that sectarian fanatics will play a dictatorial role. Anarchy will be the worldwide condition that will prevail and torment human beings over a long period of time, as human beings will also be tormented by the many epidemics and diseases, many of them new and unknown to human beings and for this reason incurable. Due to this fact, the bodies of many human beings will slowly and miserably decay, while unbearable pain will also occur as well as blindness and terrible respiratory problems that lead to suffocation. The consciousness of many human beings will become impaired and succumb to feeble-mindedness and insanity. And all these gruesome occurrences will be traceable to biological and chemical weapons, which are the cause of not fast, but gruesome and slow deaths, and this will also occur due to the use of ray and frequency weapons which are already being developed today. Finally, the words of Enoch may be specifically mentioned, which include that mankind of Earth, in pursuit of technology for mass destruction and greed for power, hatred, vengeance, and riches, will ignore all values of creation and will trample upon all values of love, wisdom, freedom, and peace, as ancestors of the Enoch lineage have done before, to plunge the world into screaming misery, death, destruction, and annihilation, and into the most severe catastrophes mankind of Earth will ever have experienced. Infinity. About the author. Michael Horn is the authorized American media representative for the Billy Meier contacts and has researched the case for over 25 years. He is a lecturer, writer, and frequent guest on radio and TV. Michael is scheduled to speak at the Bay Area UFO Expo in San Francisco in August and at the Unconventional Convention in Las Vegas in November. Editor's note: the information here is just a fraction of that given to Billy Meier. For more details, and for the complete text of the Enoch prophecies, visit the website http://www.theyfly.com. The Enoch prophecies are copyright 2002 to 2004 Billy Meier/FIGU, Freie Interessengemeinschaft für Grenzüberschreitende und Ufology, a study and free community of interests in fringe and spiritual sciences and ufological studies, Sem J. Silver Star Center, CH 8495 Schmidrodi ZH, Switzerland. For more information, go to website http://www.figu.org. The complete Enoch prophecies, as well as more predictions from the 251st contact, can be found in Guido Moosbrugger's 2004 book, And Still They Fly. The second edition of And Yet They Fly, 2001. Both the book and the new DVD, The Meier Contacts, The Key to Our Future Survival, see review, Nexus 11/03, are available directly from http://www.theyfly.com, or contact Michael Horn, PO Box 5163 Playa del Rey, California 90296 USA, email michael@theyfly.com. Also see Michael Hezeman's interview, Billy Meier's ET contacts are real, says his son, in Twilight Zone, Nexus 7/02.